Hello all my fellow small business owners. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 4 new small business grants that will be closing soon. So make sure if you qualify, go ahead and apply. Hello everyone, my name is Mariah. I'm the owner of Grant Services, where we cater to all of your business needs, which includes helping you grow your business and secure grant funding to improve your business. Now, if you're in need of some business assistance, make sure you head on over to my website, www.grandiosgrantservices.com, to schedule with me today. Now, let's go ahead and get into these new grant opportunities. This first grant opportunity is going to be the AI Illumination grant. The reward amount for this grant is up to $20,000. This is going to be open to Black business owners, and the deadline for this grant is May 2nd, 2025. Alright, to get to this grant, you're going to go to 15percentpledge.org/award/AI Illumination grant. Once we're here, it says unlock the power of AI with the 15% pledge. 15% pledge is thrilled to launch the AI Illumination grant in partnership with the A16Z Cultural Leadership Fund, CLF, and Heartbeat Ventures. The AI Illumination Grant is a program designed to educate Black-owned businesses on how AI can be a game-changing tool for growth and innovation. We know AI can seem intimidating, but these dynamic webinars will break it down and empower you to embrace this powerful technology with confidence. Following the educational programming, attendees will be invited to apply for the first of its kind grant. 2 applicants will win a share of $35,000 total grant pool to supercharge their businesses. Don't miss this opportunity to transform the unknown into fuel for success. AI Illumination Grant Awards. Winner will receive $20,000. Runner-up will receive $15,000. Eligibility criteria: attend a minimum of 1 of 2 webinars, member of the 15% pledge business equity community, e-commerce business in any category selling a unique physical product, Black-owned, at least 1 self-identifying Black person with 50% or more equity in the company, between 1 to 15 employees including the founder. There is no minimum revenue required for this grant. Selection criteria: has high potential for growth, has a sustainable competitive advantage, led by a strong management team with deep industry knowledge, has a strong use case for AI tools and grant dollars to manage growth challenges and scale for the future, fosters inclusivity, and showcases community impact. This is going to be the timeline. Winners will be announced early June. So we're going to go to apply now. And you have to be a member of the 15% pledge, so you will need to create an account or log in to be able to apply for this one. This next opportunity is going to be the Urban Future Prize Pitch Competition. The reward amount for this grant is $50,000. This is going to be open to groundbreaking startups, and the deadline for this grant is April 28th, 2025. Alright, to get to this grant, you're going to go to urbanfuturecompetition.com. Once you're here, it says Climate Change, Solve It With Us. Applications for the 2025 Urban Future Prize competitions are now open. The Urban Future Prize competition for the 9th consecutive year, the Urban Future Lab is proud to present the Urban Future Prize competition, which identifies and supports top climate tech startups. Thanks to the generous support of MUFG Bank, Mitsubishi Corporation, and the NYU Tandem School of Engineering, 2 winners will receive a $50,000 prize pool and admission into the Acre Incubator, New York's longest running and most successful climate tech program. Building on the record-breaking number of applications to the 2024 Urban Future Prize competition and the growing urgency for solutions to help us adapt to our new climate reality, we are excited to announce 2 distinct prize tracks for this year: the Climate Mitigation Prize and the Climate Adaptation Prize. These tracks reflect our commitment to addressing the climate crisis through both reducing emissions and building resilience to its impact. The Climate Mitigation Prize seeks startups developing technologies or business models to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and combat the root causes of climate change. The Climate Adaptation Prize is for startups developing solutions that help communities and ecosystems adapt to the impacts of climate change. New York's dynamic tech sector, supportive policies, and large market portion it as a global hub for climate tech, innovation, and sustainability solutions. Alright, so these are going to be the eligible solutions: smart grid, grid flexibility, renewable energy, energy distribution and storage, circular economy, transportation mobility, building energy efficiency and building materials, geothermal, climate finances, industrial decarbonization, artificial intelligence. Alright, we're going to go to apply today, and this is going to be the start of the application. You're going to be selecting which category you want to be submitted into: company name, contact and etc. This next grant opportunity is going to be the Sloss Tech pitch competition. The reward amount for this grant is $50,000. This is going to be open to tech businesses, and the deadline for this grant is April 25th, 2025. All right, to get to this grant, you're going to go to sloss.tech/pitch. Once we're here, it says Sloss Tech Ideas, June 25th, 2025. Southeast pitch competition funded by a grant from the Enthuse Foundation. So we're going to go to pitch details. Sloss Tech Ideas, funded by a grant from the Enthuse Foundation, is currently accepting applications for startups from the Southeast focusing on these following technologies: AG Tech and Food Tech, Health Tech and Biotech, Mobility and Transportation Technology, Emerging Tech. Pitch FAQs. So there is a $75 non-refundable application fee. This grant closes on the 25th. What are eligible requirements for the applicant? Product and service has not launched earlier than January 2020. Companies must not have raised more than $5 million from combined funding sources. Startups can only enter one product or service in the competition. Founders of the company applying must retain majority ownership. Startups should be legally registered and compliant with all relevant regulations and laws in their respective jurisdiction. Okay, and these are going to be considered Southeast states. Each finalist will be granted 2 minutes to pitch, followed by 4 minutes of a Q&A with a panel of venture capitalists and industry experts. All right, so we're going to close. We're going to go to apply now, and you will have to create an account to be able to apply for this opportunity. This last grant opportunity is going to be the Enthuse Foundation Business Tool Grant. The reward amount for this grant is $2,500. This is going to be open to women entrepreneurs, and the deadline for this grant is April 28th, 2025. So last week I talked about the Enthuse Foundation. They have multiple grants available, but they all are due on April 28th. So this is another one. To get to this exact grant application, you're going to go to form.jotform.com/Enthuse Marketing Group NYC/2025 Business Tools Grants. Once we're here, it says starting a new business requires money. Everything from a domain name, website hosting platform, to payment processors has fees associated with it. These tools are needed to establish a strong foundation for any emerging venture. Thanks to the support of 1919 Investments, the Enthuse Foundation Business Tools Grant will provide women entrepreneurs with funding to acquire technological resources to kickstart their operation. One woman entrepreneur will receive $2,500 to acquire technological resources to kickstart their operation. Applicant must identify as a woman entrepreneur with an established consumer packaged goods CPG business, for example, food, beverage, skincare, household goods, personal hygiene, etc., tangible products. Business must be entrepreneur's full-time job, prove use of funds, be a U.S. citizen. If selected, submit required new vendor forms, submit most recent W-2 form, use the funds between June 2025 to June 2026. Criteria: demonstrate financial need, strength of interview and written answers, a clear plan for the use of the grant. Process: submit application. Committee will review application. 2 to 3 finalists will be selected and should upload W-2 forms for consideration. Finalists will be asked to schedule separate Zoom interviews with the selection committee. The winner will be announced in June 2025. All right, if you scroll down, this is going to be the beginning of the application. All right, those are going to be the 4 new grants that you can apply for this week. To make sure to never miss out on any new grant opportunities, check out my grant list spreadsheet. It is super affordable and you'll have access to it for 6 months. If you have any questions or concerns, make sure you comment down below. And for more, make sure you subscribe.